is meant to help businesses and professionals save time and save money with handling phone calls. So the way the voice AI works is someone calls, instead of it going to voicemail, the AI agent would pick it up, answer any questions, and it will book them into a meeting. And that way you'll be hands-free. You don't have to always be on your phone. We all have our own lives. We all want to spend time doing other things instead of being on the phone all the time. So this the technology with voice AI, and that's one of the most common use cases for it. So that's a brief introduction from my part, and I will share a slideshow. Just give me 1 second. Okay, can everyone see?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So practical AI for businesses and for professionals. So it's automation, efficiency, growth. So we're in a very special time where AI is growing very rapidly, and it's unlike any other technology in recent times. It's similar to how the internet first came into place. When the internet grew, when the internet first started out and became popular, everyone was seizing the opportunity to get on it. They're trying to figure out, okay, what can I do with the internet? And they knew the potential of it. So I've put here, human progress is defined by revolutions. The printing press, this is one of the most notable revolutions. Uh, we had the ability to now almost instantaneously copy pages, and this saved so much time. So we saw this change as well with the Quran as well. The Quran was being able to reproduced several times much faster. Before it would be handwritten. In the West, it was most common with newspapers, books, the Bible as well. And however, we were late adopters with the printing press because there was a lot of debate whether it's permissible or not permissible, it's respectful. The automobile, the first vehicles, the West, America specifically, they, had the first cars running. They're the forefront in vehicles. Henry Ford with the automobile. And of course, like I mentioned, the internet. So unfortunately, we have a tendency where we are constantly always late to adopting these shifts in technology. We're always behind. We're always trying to catch up. It's a bit embarrassing, but this is the reality. And so I want our community to be at the forefront of the new technologies. I don't want us to be left behind. I want us to, seize this opportunity, take the chance, and understand the technologies before we're stuck in this catch-up game again. So this artificial intelligence is this new revolution that's happening, and it can be scary. It can be, exciting as well. But I find that when you understand something, you become more, you become less scared, and you become more accepting of it. We all hear this thing that, oh, AI is going to replace all of our jobs. This is not the truth. It's like saying when the calculator also came, oh, we don't need mathematicians anymore. We could just type in whatever we want and we'll get the result. But the reality is that AI is a tool. It's not here to replace everything and everyone. There will be new jobs out of it. Old jobs will be replaced and new jobs will be made out of it. The ones that will succeed will be the ones who will use AI to their day-to-day business and in their day-to-day life as well. So this is our opportunity to get an understanding of what AI is. There's so many different parts of AI, so I'm here to break it down simply and we can understand what it is. So briefly on what I mentioned, what I do with missed calls, missed revenue. So I work specifically with voice AI. This technology is whenever you get a phone call, you can't be on the phone all the time. Uh, you might have your own phone team, you might have your own calling center, but this is expensive and this is tedious. You have to manage them for inbound calls and outbound calls as well. AI has come to really revolutionize this technology where it will handle this phone call for you. So you guys might have heard of ChatGPT, right? You might ask it a question. With this, you can simply, you know, talk to it. So ChatGPT also has this feature on the microphone. You could press it and you could speak to it directly. So this is similar in that case. That's a voice AI feature. And you can have it as a receptionist. You can have it as an outbound caller. You can have it as someone that will assist you. You can just talk to it and it can help you. If you have some documents, you ask it, hey, I was wondering, what do we have to do for this project? Is there a similar project we've done to this one before? And the AI will tell you, yeah. So we had a similar project in the past. I'll bring up the information instantly. It's your assistant. AI is the ultimate assistant. So we don't need to be constantly doing all this manual work, looking for this, looking for that. AI will, pull it for you, so you could just work more efficiently. You could relax more. You can focus on the main important things. So the cost, will be generally lower, um, significantly lower. Instead of having a team of callers constantly taking in your phone calls or assistants constantly checking through different documents. 24/7 availability. One thing that's very unique about AI is it's not limited by human energy. So, humans, we have to sleep, we have to eat, we have to spend time with our family. This is what makes us human. This is one of the things that's beautiful. We get to appreciate the hardships and the ease of life. With AI, we want to push all these difficult, tedious tasks to the AI so we can spend more time with our families. We could spend more time um, doing the more important things in life, right? This is the idea. So I've said here, meet your digital employee. It's time to shift your mindset. Practical AI isn't just complex code or abstract theory. It's a highly capable, instantly scalable digital team member that handles the mundane, busy work, allowing your human staff to focus exclusively on high value, revenue generating tasks. So even professionals, you don't have to s- search through documents. You don't have to look for this, look for that. You ask AI to help you. Um, Even nowadays with coding as well, you ask AI, okay, can you help me with generating this? Can you help create this? With slideshows, I asked AI to actually help with this. Interestingly enough, with images, with videos, AI helps save time with a lot of aspects in life. So the pillars of business AI, voice agents, you deploy autonomous digital receptionists that field inbound calls. So that is people calling into the business, calling you, route queries, any questions they might have, and capture leads. So automatically the AI will prompt the person to book an appointment. It's connected to your calendar. And without you doing anything, you'll see someone calling and answering. The AI will answer, and you'll see like a pop up on your calendar. Okay, this person wants to book a meeting, one-to-one with you, or wants to visit the shop, or wants to do this or do that. Your assistant, automation workflows. So AI is not just um, a receptionist. Okay, it's also AI is involved with whatever workflow you have. For example, you might have an Excel or spreads worksheet. They have some AI features in it as well to help generate different charts and graphs, to help generate the layouts. It helps save time. You don't have to manually, individually insert the different nodes, different cells, type in different cells. Um, that's one aspect in terms of your workflow with projects. So you might have to do a lot of research, check different other sources. You have to go through this source. You have to go through that source. AI helps save that time. Will show you um, the ideas that you're looking for, and will provide you the sources. So you can also fact check. You don't have to depend on the AI itself. And e-commerce. So a lot of businesses, they have e-commerce aspect to it. A lot of businesses are online. So, for example, with Shopify stores, there's also chatbots, similar to ChatGPT, that will handle the questions, the queries. If someone's interested in something, they don't know what to buy, they're looking for something, the agent will automatically ask them the questions, the person will respond, and then they'll get an understanding and will recommend a product for them, will recommend a solution. Any type of service will be recommended, updated. So I also have here marketplace data being processed instantly, inventory updates, personalizing the buying journey, like I mentioned. Autonomous voice agents. This is not, a glorified voicemail menu like an IVR. That is outdated by now. We're not just listening to for sales, call one, for marketing, call two, for this, for that. It's not like that. You're literally having a conversation with the agent, and it will answer your questions on the fly. It will automatically direct you to someone. It can book you the appointments, like I said before. So it runs telephone verification protocols, collects specific customer data blocks. So you'll see, okay, this person's name, this person's last name, phone number, email. It'll extract all that data, and it will be put in your CRM, whatever CRM you might use, your own custom CRM, your own platform. AI is so versatile that you can link it to any platform you're using. So, for example, even right now we're using Zoom. There are some applications and extensions that let you link to Zoom where it will summarize the conversation, who was speaking, what this person was saying, what that person was saying, and it will summarize the context, the conversation, what they're looking for. These are the key ideas. That's another aspect of it. Automating operations, zero human intervention. So with e-commerce, you sync a lot of data from the marketplace instantly without you having to manually do it. Guardrails. So with AI, there's ways to try to, have it sway the attention. In the beginning, especially, for example, if you're using Chat GPT, you would ask it, oh, can I you might ask it something like that's out of its scope. You can ask it, for example, can you teach me how to make a sandwich? Right? And it'll tell you. And then you might ask it something more aggressive. Oh, can you tell me how to go to the moon and go to that? So these are things that AI will try to help you answer. But if something is more specified, a company has their own AI agent like ChatGPT, they're focused only on the company. So you don't want it to stray away from the company's conversation. You You want to stick on the company's values, principles, um, the website, whatever, you know, you don't want it to go talk about the surface area of the moon. You don't want to talk about a giraffe has four legs, crocodile has, you know, a big mouth. You want it to be focused. So this is what guardrails are, and AI has been improving with this. It won't stray away from the conversation. Infinite scalability. So the beauty of AI is that it's not only, you know, it could work 24/7, it's also multiple people can call the same number and the AI agent will pick up. That same agent will handle 20, 40, 50, 100 phone calls simultaneously at the same time and will book the appointments at the same time without having any error. Security and architecture. So a lot of people are curious, like, okay, what about the security? And I briefly mentioned about the guardrails. There's you know, not having it stray away from the conversation. They call it jailbreaking as well, where you might ask it something completely out of its specified purpose, and it might answer it. But there's security protocols to this. You don't want your personal information getting out. This AI is only uh, meant for a specific purpose. It's built that way. You know exactly what it does, and you'll have the ease of mind that okay, it'll handle this. It's not going here or there. It's not going to take out information, nor is it going to take in the wrong information as well. Sensitive data doesn't leave your building, especially if you have a local model. Um, it's the ultimate cutting edge AI processing power and impenetrable in house security. Full stack architecture, reliable AI is built on robust engineering, not flashy gimmicks. So, when, for example, when I work with businesses, we don't just, you know, give them a random AI and then, you know, here, take care of it and, you know, you do the rest. We go in depth, we understand their business, we look for the pain points, we try to understand, okay, can this even be applied to their business? Are we capable of doing this or that? If not, then we show them another option. Maybe you don't need AI for this specific situation, maybe you need this or that. Um, it's like providing a calculator to someone who is, you know, maybe at the gym, right? You don't need a calculator at the moment, but in a different area, you can need it here and you could do this and that. So the architecture is very important, and AI is um, focuses on each part of the business. So you know, I've been talking a lot, but let's actually let me show you the AI itself. I'll give a phone call. Let me just quickly stop the sharing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a phone call. Okay, do you see my screen or is it gone?
It's gone.
Okay. Oh, it's still on?
No, you're not sharing anything.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So yeah, after this, I'm open to answering any questions because I am talking about many different things, and that way you guys can, you know, have a better understanding and not be overwhelmed. So as a brief demo, I'm gonna call one of the agents for real estate. So this is some agent that handles real estate questions, helps them book an appointment, and let me quickly show you.
Thanks for calling about our listing. Which property caught your eye?
Yeah, I saw a property. I'm not sure where exactly it was though. Um, but I saw. Can you help me with that?
Are you looking to buy, sell, or rent? That might help narrow it down.
I was looking actually to buy.
Great. Are you currently working with another real estate agent?
No, actually, not right now. I'm just looking.
Understood. Would you like to hear about our current listings?
Yeah. What do you have available?
We have a couple of great options. 1. 755 Honor Bridge Drive, Unit 225, Mississauga. Price, $678,900. Details, 2-bed, 3-bath, the 1/100 is square foot. A great townhouse alternative in Mississauga. 28 Mercer Street, Unit 507, downtown Toronto. Price, $648,900. Details, 2-bed, 1-bath, 650 SQF. Located right in the entertainment district. Would you like more information on any of these properties?
Can you tell me a bit more about the first one?
Sure. The property at 755 Honor Bridge Drive, Unit 225 in Mississauga is priced at $678,900. It features 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms with approximately 100 square feet of living space. It's a great townhouse alternative offering a comfortable and spacious environment. Is there anything specific you would like to know about this property?
No, I was wondering if I can, book an appointment, maybe see it in person.
Absolutely. Adam has an opening for a strategy call tomorrow afternoon. Does 2 p.m. work for you?
No, actually, is there another time? Maybe like 10 a.m.? Do you have a time for 10 a.m.?
Let me check Adam's availability for 10 a.m. tomorrow. One moment, please. Just a moment. I'll check that for you. Thank you for your patience.
So does 10 a.m. work?
Unfortunately, Adam is not available at 10 a.m. Would you like to choose another time, or should I check for availability later in the day?
You know what? Actually, 2 p.m. should be good. So in this demo, I haven't set the scheduling. This was just a demo. But yeah, so when you have it set up to the actual calendar, it was just pretending like in this case, it was pretending that there was a time. Um, but it would actually check your calendar. And then in 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. in this case, it would book in that calendar, and then you will, be given an email, you'll give me a text, and it will have you booked. So that was just a brief example with a real estate mock. In a real, when it's connected to someone else, actual real estate agent, it would be connected to the calendar. So just hung up, and just so you could understand how it sounds like, some of the questions you might go through. And okay, let me quickly finish the slideshow. Almost done. So ROI impact, manual processing, 15%, 45%. There's some numbers just so you get an idea. It's estimates. You would just see that AI would save you more money, return on investment, because it's not a person in these cases, right? Like the receptionist. Um, you're just paying for like the electricity, or you're paying for handling that agent itself, depending on the situation. And yeah, so this was, I was going through many different aspects of AI, focusing on voice AI. But if you want something more personalized, you want to know exactly like, how can this benefit my business? How can this benefit my professional work, right? Like some of you might mention like you're in business, you're in banking, you're in project management. Um, Whatever aspect it might be, we can have, private phone call, so you can understand, okay, can this actually be involved with my work directly? And we can discover these different aspects. And here's some sources for the image. Otherwise, I'm open to any questions.
Meelad, bro, great presentation. Um, Great demo as well. It's always great seeing, AI agents actually doing the work. My question's around the security side of things, because I'm hearing as well from when I do talk to potential clients or even industry folks, they're just a bit more hesitant around how the data is secure and how they are, their personal information, for example, is not going to a US server where they're going to train their model or something, right? Is this something that can be built when you're building these agents, that the infrastructure itself is like self-contained, robust, compliant? Because at the end of the day, like, if we go ahead and build agents that can do fantastic things, but there is a critical flaw that even we're not aware of, say you're vibe coding, I don't know, is that something that could be built, you think? Or is there a little bit of need to wait for some bigger players to maybe build some, I don't know, cheaper data centers here that we can then reroute data to, and we can say it's all, Canadian, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question, Qasim. In terms of how AI has progressed, the open source models have improved significantly. I was actually just before this meeting, I was looking at Kimi, the latest Kimi model, has improved so much that it's pretty much matched the same as Claude, which is one of the frontier models, and Gemini and OpenAI models. And this is something that you can run on your own computer. It has to be a powerful computer, of course. So if you want something completely localized, completely internal, you can set up, you have a good GPU, you have to set up a system with a lot of RAM. Not anything crazy that's completely out of scope, but even, $1,000 can get you something that can work locally. If you want something more closer to the modern day high-end models, you spend a few $1,000s and you can have something that's completely local within you. You have your own private database, your own server. So it'll be completely cut off from these big players, OpenAI, Google, Amazon, all these guys. Your data will be secure within your own system.
Mm.
Uh,
Is
yeah.
this something though, like you're basically suggesting we got to keep it local, like we got to build our own kind of local servers and keep it on them all the time? Is that one way of doing things, or have you seen maybe industry, if there are some other players, smaller ideally, who have built some sort of secure network infrastructure that we can tap into? Like, have you seen any of that?
So yeah, the local is one option, but what's more easy and more simple is having this connection with something more on the cloud. Online, you could just connect right to that.
Yeah.
In terms of these smaller players, so there's a few ways you could do this. You could do this, you could connect to Microsoft. Now, they're not small, of course, Microsoft or Amazon. They give you like a dedicated, amount of storage, a dedicated amount of RAM, and, they have their own servers. You have something more smaller with these hosting companies, like you have um, there's local hosting companies in Canada as well, completely in Canada, where they have their own servers. So you rent from them and you have your own private server called a VPS, and you can run the AI there.
Okay.
And so VPS is a more viable solution. It's a virtual private server. It's your own pretty much private um, like computer that's online and where the AI is hosted. It's detached from, Amazon and Google and all these big players.
Mm.
It's a more cheaper option, and you have that option with some of these smaller
Okay.
companies.
No, good to know. Good to know. I might look into those more local sort of rent site. I can maybe set something up for.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think you're still screen sharing, by the way. Some crazy mirroring happening.
Oh, okay. So I appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I have another one if no one has a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Kasim.
Okay, so I think, outside of the output, which is fantastic when you see it working, I think a lot of time building them is also part of the, fun of the process. What do you think is the best way to build these agents? Like, are we vibe coding them? Are we getting small teams to build them? Sort of like, where is the level of like complexity in setting these up? Um, do we need engineering teams now, or can it be done with smaller teams that can get almost the exact same output?
Yeah, so the way AI is now, it's made it much more efficient. You don't need to have like a large team spend tens of thousands of dollars on software engineer, senior software engineer, project manager, and all this just for having like a specific piece of software that you want. Um, Honestly, I've been a software engineer, and I used to be like against this vibe coding thing, but I was like, okay, let me try it out. Let me see how it works.
Yeah,
And I've seen the technology rapidly improve.
yeah,
It's much more accurate, works much more faster. You can rely more on it, but it depends on how you prompt it. So, prompting, you ask it the right questions, you ask exactly what you want, it could provide that. Now, in terms of voice agents, there's also platforms online where they make it almost no code or low code. Um, One example is retail, and I've worked with retail. Another one is voice flow, and this specifically with voice agents. Bot press, even Chat GPT, they have something where you can make your own little agent, and you just ask it. It's as good as you can conversate to the agent itself.
yeah.
It will create. So you have these options, but when it comes to something more specific, more detailed, you need to potentially ask someone, professional, to someone like me, or someone in this field, to make it, fine tune it, detail it. Uh, but general use cases, you can vibe code it, you can prompt it yourself, and it's very the friction is very minimal now.
Gotcha. It's fantastic to hear that though, in a way, because now it also means that we can, it's kind of opened up the playing field for many others to at least experiment and try and build something.
Yeah, yeah, you can. I definitely encourage people to, even for free. There's a lot of avenues where they could just, try AI for free,
Yeah.
do like vibe coding and see, it's pretty much as you could think, whatever you can imagine, you could try to implement that, and it's a very interesting time we're in.
Mm. Favorite models that you're using right now?
My favorite model,
Yeah.
I would
Or that you're using.
say, it's tough. The most common model I'm using is Gemini.
Mm.
Um, but I've been playing with OpenAI's GPT 5.6 as well. These are the front end models, and you could try them for free as well. Usually they give like a free trial if you go to OpenAI, maybe a month free for their premium. But Gemini, I seem to be going back to it a lot because it's very, in terms of design, it helps. It's very creative compared to OpenAI in terms of it's based on Google. Gemini is based on Google's infrastructure,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it has all of Google's search engine knowledge, and I find it very fascinating.
It's fantastic. I myself am more of a Claude player. Um, I like their organization, but I bounce between those two, Gemini and Claude, the most. I think they're the most, I feel, robust. I feel the most comfortable with in terms of giving it larger problems and giving it somewhat of an output that is like useful. Um, yeah, but things are changing like all the time.
Yeah, yeah. You pretty much gotta, like, especially these top three, you gotta check
Keep an eye.
between them.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like Claude released a Fable model. I don't know if you saw. Pretty good, man. And
yeah,
they
Fable.
keep teasing, saying, "Oh, we're gonna take it away. We're gonna take it away." But every time they do, they're like, "Oh, we're extending it for another week. You can use it for another week." So I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'll do as much as I can." on it. So I'm probably gonna take it away tomorrow. I don't know, but they said that to me last week, and then they like extended it for a week, So
Yeah. In fact, when they first released Fable, they had to they released it only to certain individuals, certain groups,
mm,
because it
yeah,
was so advanced. It was able to
crack things,
penetrate,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
penetrate through different cybersecurity
yeah,
and software as well. So they had to bring it back. They had to make it a bit less smart on certain aspects.
yeah.
Um,
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, maybe a question for the group you should ask is, what are the best plans? Like, are you using any serious usage plans, or are you kind of a bit more on the basic tier, but then like maxing out your scheduling windows?
yeah. So you're asking me or
Yeah.
asking?
But also, yeah, like what do you recommend people starting out versus people who are more power users or
Okay, yeah. For those who want to start out, um, I would recommend, trying out the free models on OpenAI. Just use ChatGPT, ask it questions. For those who are already using ChatGPT, try to get the premium. Like usually there's a trial, a 1 month free trial. Get the premium trial and uh, ask it to help with you know, a certain project. You might have a specific project you're working on. Ask it, okay, how can I be more efficient? How can I automate this? If you ask something to automate, it'll give you different solutions. Like, okay, we can go through this avenue. It'll ask you more questions. Okay, what are you specifically trying to automate? And this and that. And oftentimes I'm using these to also um, help save time with my work as well. Okay, I have CBN Saad.
Yeah, I have a quick question. How do you think we can automate on a personal level? Whatever you showed us is like, the real the call you did, it's a business. So on a personal level, if it's a professional, on what areas do you think we can automate?
Yeah, so on a personal level, that's a great question. So let's say if there's different aspects on the personal, so it could be the professional level or the day-to-day life. So with the day-to-day life, I'll start with that one. You can do with your own scheduling. For example, you might have so many things to do. You're with your family. Okay, I have to do this. I have to go get groceries. I have to travel here. I have to be here by 1 p.m. I have to go to the gym as well. You can ask AI, like, okay, help me structure my day-to-day life, help me structure my schedule. And that's immediately you'll see it give you solutions. And sometimes you can even import it straight to your calendar. So you could just follow through. Someone who's a, you know, consistent calendar user, then and you follow it to a T, then you can see, okay, it's listed like this. First, I should go to the gym, then I can go have lunch over here, and then I have time to be with my family. I have this project due at this time. So that's immediately something you could do on a personal level. In terms of a professional level, what you can do is not be afraid in terms of experimenting. AI lets you experiment much more with less time and less money. You can, for example, I mentioned with Excel, you can ask, okay, how can I automate this sheet? Something you're doing repetitively. In work, we're often doing something very repetitive, sending emails, right? So doing an Excel sheet, making a document. Um, one flow that you can implement is when you receive an email, you can ask it to summarize it for you and then automatically send a response. And you can modify it so it sounds to your tone and to your liking. This would be a more simple automation, but this is something that can, save you time. You won't miss emails, for example. Sometimes you might not even realize you got an email. You may be busy with something else. Um, that's one aspect of it. And it really depends on what your personal business is on your professional life, right? because AI can be used everywhere, like even to help manage your health, track your health. Um, it could help with estimating your calories intakes. So you could take a picture. There's apps. You go on the Google Play Store, on the Apple App Store. You search up calorie tracker. A lot of them have this feature where you take a picture, and it will see the different foods, and it'll give you an estimate of how many calories this is, without having to manually type in, okay, I have 100 grams of chicken, and I have this much broccoli, and I have this much rice, and or biryani and pasta and all this. So that's one aspect. And that's another aspect where AI can help save time. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yeah, hi, Milad. I would like to ask a question. And sorry, this might take a little bit of time. I would like to explain like my situation and then like, based on question based on that. So as I said before, I work in construction. I'm an assistant project manager,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the documentation part of it. So a few pain points that I face that I think AI can solve our issue is first one is we work based on drawings and specifications, completely dependent on the documents, and that is what we hold as the base record of everything. For any conflict, any financial discussions, we use those documents as the basis. Like if it is there on the drawing or if it was missed on the drawing, those kind of things. So usually, what we have face an issue is when we jump into projects, we might miss details from that. Like it is already on the drawings and specifications, but we just jump into the project, like go onto the site and start working. But towards the end of the project, we might realize that okay, something was missed, we forgot, or we didn't do it. That kind of things can happen. So what I was thinking is, initially before all this AI came into picture, we were thinking about spending a week or two just studying the drawings, listing it out, making a work breakdown structure. So right now, what I'm thinking is there a way to use AI for that? Right now, I'm just working entirely on Gemini, just trying uploading it in Gemini and asking it questions. Okay, read the drawing and say what is supposed to be done in HVAC, what should be done in electrical. But I have seen that it is not thorough. It doesn't read the whole thing. Keeps missing stuff. I have to ask again and again to see if something is missing. So it's time consuming right now. So I was thinking of is there a way to make it efficient, that process efficient? So like just upload it, ask the detail, and ask it to make the entire WBS, listing out all the work that we need to be done, all the items that need to be purchased. So is there an existing platform which can do that, or is there a way that you would suggest that I can start exploring? Like is there a maybe which platform I can start using, or which direction I can start, to maybe develop a prompt. Basically, in any free AI chatbot, I can just upload the drawing and upload this prompt. So is there some suggestion you can have? So that is the first one. Another pain point which we face in our field is the communication aspect of it, because that is where we miss a lot of stuff. Because there might be a phone call like the one that you explained, maybe a phone call which comes up and says, okay, we have to do this and that. So we might miss that aspect of it, or maybe there is an email, a lengthy email chain discussing about a whole lot of stuff. We might miss that. So I was, like I said earlier, I was working on maybe making an Excel tracker sheet where I just read through the email and try to point out the stuff. But then now, since we have AI, now I'm thinking about using AI there. Like maybe once the email is there, maybe we design a plugin. Just click on that plugin and it shows, okay, these are the action items, these are the people responsible for it. And then, you know, we just copy that to some tracker and then make it there. So that's another aspect of it. So what would you suggest, like the direction I can go to, actually get these things done? That's my question.
Yeah, so thank you for the question, Josim.
Mm.
So I like how you're already, trying to implement AI into your work. You're already working with Gemini, you're uploading your pictures, you're uploading different parts of your work, trying to automate it. This is already a very good mindset that you have. So the good thing about Gemini is that it works very well for general cases, Like you might have a question, you can ask it. Even with certain parts of work, it can help you. But in terms of finer things, you have to have like a specific agent trained on your work. So Gemini is it can help you generally, and I'm sure you've seen benefits from it. But something like helping you, just for me, like correct me if I'm wrong, right? So you upload a picture, for example, with drawings, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how much will this cost? What is missing? Like the electrical. So are these like blueprints? Are these like
Yeah, those are blueprints.
blueprints? Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, I believe there are some technologies out there online. I'll also double check myself.
Mm.
I've worked in construction specifically with concrete.
Mm.
So just to briefly give you a review, like one thing I'm working on for my
Mm.
friend, I used to work with him, is they're looking for something that, you take a picture of an area and then it will give the design on what it will look like. So it's a type of stamped concrete, custom. It's called jewel stone. It's a type of concrete cement, and it makes it look like stone. So they want like a design, and they want to show the clients before they actually, you know, break the cement and concrete
Mm.
and put it. So they get an idea. Okay, this is what it might look like on my porch or on my lawn or whatever. Um, and this is something that Gemini helped a little bit in terms of you take a picture and Gemini can help, but it still needs to be you still need to train it specifically more on your details. So you have to essentially make your own agent that it's meant for your company,
Mm.
your own software that will help you break down the different tasks required in your project, right? It
Mm.
can, so for your construction, for example, you get the drawings down, and then you upload it to the image, and then it processes it, and then it looks, okay, it's missing this part, it's missing this part, this part. Would you like to proceed with the next part? Let's try
Mm.
to develop this part, and then we can move to the next part. So you need a system where it's specifically trained on construction and your type of
Mm.
construction methodology. Um, and with your, uh, I apologize. This is it's a good question, but it's a lot of
Mm.
details. So with your
Mm.
second question, you mentioned communication, phone calls, emails, um, plugins with Excel tracker, and this is something that I can help you with. But like I mentioned, with a lot of these things also have an extension itself, and I'm sure you've
Mm.
tried it out. What I recommend, Jasim, is that because I also don't want to take too much time here, that we,
Mm.
schedule a call. I'll do
Mm.
more research. I'll ask you questions, and
Mm.
I'll see like, okay, how can you get some help? What are some free options? What are some paid options if you're open to that? Um,
Mm.
because it's a very specific case, right?
Yeah,
So I will I'll share my link to my calendar if you want, and
sure,
we can talk one to one. That way you can also show me potentially your drawings, and we can understand, go through it together. What do you
sure,
think?
sure. That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll actually put it on this chat. So if anyone else also wants to do that. Okay, I'll put it right here. So yeah, I've written those down, Jocelyn, and we'll
Mm.
definitely go through that. I'll do more research on your situation as well.
Okay,
And yeah, inshallah, we can go through together. I definitely want to
sure,
help you, inshallah.
sure. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yes, it's a general question. I'm Sharif here. AI, there's been a lot of talk about AI, and there was a misconception that AI will remove the jobs and so, but it's not the case. But But now the slogan is that if you don't know AI, that you might be removed from your job. Right.
Yeah.
But I would, since I'm in business development, so I really don't know how you can really use AI in sales and business development, because even in business correspondence, some people are using the AI, which I don't use it. But in business correspondence, if you they will formulate a reply or a report or something like that. But I think the human brain, which is created by God, and none of the computers in the world can compete with the human brain. So whatever results you get from the AI, then you have to use your brain to see what you have to edit it, and what is right and what is wrong, and what is suiting your requirement. And then you have to really use your brain and use AI. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely. The beauty of AI is that it was a human brain that made AI, right? AI is it's always gonna try to be like human, but it will never be human. That's the beauty of it, because it's like that's how God has made us, to think and to ponder and to build, using the different creations that He's put for us, and AI has come out of that. So it's still our tool. It's still a tool for us. It's not here to replace us, but it's just like nowadays you need to know some AI to, you know, keep your job essentially. It's like if you
Right.
don't decide to learn how to, if you don't decide to have knowledge on how to use a calculator, then like it's a part of work, day-to-day work. Then they're gonna find someone who knows how to use a calculator.
Yeah.
And modern day with the internet, right? Someone who knows how to use the internet.
Yeah.
So it's in the same boat.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, as there are developments, if you see the time of our education, and now, if you ask a child, I think in class grade 5, to multiply 245 by 245, I don't think he can really do it. He'll just use the calculator. But they should know the basis of it. About uh, that's what my. But anyway, I'm going to have it. I have several questions. I'm not going to take your time here. You have given me a link. I'm going to be in contact with you, and I would like to have some personal meeting with you. Would that be okay?
Inshallah.
Okay.
That sounds great. Wonderful.
Okay. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I think maybe like a comment in that, like kind of going off that, like I do think maybe we should acknowledge the fact that AI has intense capabilities, but yes, the human element is there. Not to say you should think that you can compete with AI. I think the humble approach is to realize that, like, look, when it comes to like logistical analytical calculations, like AI is good at that. Like that's what it's really good at. It can compute insane amounts of data and put it in a way that is now extremely easy to read and useful. But the element that I believe we as humans need to still keep in is that element of like judgment of, like, does this still sound sane? Is this a bit over the top? Is this really just a bunch of fluff? Like that's still why, and you can argue how the models are even being evaluated and getting better, right? Like even when I'm running stuff, like I'm always like, this is not bad versus something else. Versus when I actually talk to someone else, it's like, oh, this AI was completely wrong in the end, right? So I think it's realizing that it's good at really certain things, analytical, logistical, sort of like calculating math stuff, for example, but not still when it comes to like the intuitive stuff of like, okay, how does this really pan out in the real world, right? I think sometimes, myself included, we can take maybe AI's word for like, oh, that has to be true, but it's like, nah, I remember it's trained on models that only exist at the time when it was made or what it has right now, and it doesn't have always the full picture. So use it for what it is, but still add your element of just like discretion in if you think it's true or not.
Mm. Well said, Qasim. That's it's yeah, at the end of the day, it's a tool, right? We got
Yeah.
to understand, like, okay, there's benefits to it. It's just like I like to think about it like a knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
A knife is a tool that you can use to cut food. You can use to, cut some fruits. You can use it to peel. You can use it to serve food and help someone live. Right? At
Yeah.
the same time, you can use a knife to cause harm. You could
Mhm.
potentially, you
Yeah.
know, damage someone, potentially even kill them. So it's, at the end of the day, it's a tool. How are you going to use it? Are you going to use it to benefit yourself? Are you going to use it to harm others? And knowing how to use AI is similar as well to, more recently, how to use the internet, how to access through the internet. What are you going to search through? What are you going to not use? What are you going to use? And at the end of the day, the final decision maker is going to be the human. If we let AI do it, then you will face a lot of problems. It's like the final decision in terms of, okay, um, the human makes the shots, like you and I, we make the shots, and AI is a tool. As soon as you take the responsibility away from you and you put it on the AI, then you will face problems. Then you will face issues, and it's like making yourself blindfolded and then moving through the world. Why do that if you have perfectly good eyes? For those who can see, of course, as an example, why purposely blind yourself when you can see? Um, and that's one thing that should be very noted, to know when to use AI and when not to use AI.
Yeah.
So, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, my name is Salim. I have a general kind of, are you okay? General kind of question in terms of like pre-qualification of, if we want to implement any AI project, so how are we going to pre-qualify? Like, is it going to be AI application software company, or is it going to be some other specific company? And number two is like, cost and timeline. Like, if I have a CRM project, or software which can generate quotations, or which can generate submittals. Submittals, right?
Yep.
Submittals, or you can have a software which can automate purchases, engineering purchases. So in those kind of projects, so how we going to pre-qualify, like who will be able to finally deliver what we are looking for, and the cost and
Yeah.
timeline, yeah, roughly
Cost and-
speaking, generally, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, yeah, that's exactly what I do. So you can book a appointment with me, like a schedule, and that way, like the way to, and even if you don't do it with me, you may find someone else. But the way you do it is, they should first understand your business. What exactly are you looking for? And if you don't know what you're looking for, what are the pain points in your business, right? Every business owner or even professional, they know, like, okay, this is annoying me, this is bugging me. There has to be an easier way, right? If you understand these things, um, then slowly you could find solutions out of these. And that's what I do. I conversate with people, so I understand, okay, this is where they're struggling, um and this is where I can help them with. Maybe I can't help them, maybe I guide them to someone else. So it's about, and costs will be understood afterwards. Maybe it doesn't cost anything, maybe it might be a free solution out there. So, but something, if it has to be very custom, more particular, then usually it's going to cost, because it's specifically made for your company, your business, your position. So it all depends. There's many factors to this, and if you want, you can book an appointment with me. We discuss it for free. There's no charge, and that way I understand what you're looking for, what your problems are, and inshallah I can help you with that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. Any other questions?
I think we can wrap up then if there is no one.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll wrap up. If there's no other questions, I've left my link here, so you can, maybe you want to personally ask me something, no problem. feel free to schedule an appointment. Completely free. I'm not charging anything. Just conversating with you, trying to understand your business. How can AI help you, and all this stuff. So I'm here to I'm like your AI guy. Essentially, I'll help you out wherever you need regarding AI. How can it be implemented? And if you want to know more about AI, you guys have me on WhatsApp. You guys can email me, call me. Um, it's a very, sometimes if you feel very complex, I'll help break it down for you. And inshallah, I look forward to speaking more with you guys. And it was a pleasure. Any other questions you might have, feel free to send them over. You can email me as well. And yeah, thank you once again, Saad, for inviting me. And it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Meelad. It was
Thank
a
you.
good presentation, and I'm so glad that I have access to you now. I can learn something from you.
Of
Thank you very
course,
much. Thank you very much.
it was a pleasure speaking to you, Ahmed.
Thanks, Meelad. Amazing presentation, bro. Great job, man.
Thank you, Qasim. I appreciate all the questions. I see a question. Thank you, Samir. Okay, I'll be going now. So take
Yeah,
care.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Milad,
you.
for
Thank you.
the wonderful session. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.
Waalaikum salam.